This is the center of Warsaw. Central business district, absolutely. There we have the Palace of Culture, given as a gift by Stalin, allegedly, in 1953. The truth is that it wasn't a gift at all, that it cost the Polish state far more than they ever got back, and it was a nice money spinner for the Kremlin. We have here the All Saints Church, which is currently obscured not only by some trees but also by scaffolding. As I come round here, we've got some blocks up here talking about the new Warsaw Ghetto Museum, which is to be built. And as a little aside here, I was actually offered the opportunity to apply to go onto the board of the Ghetto Museum. I turned it down because I didn't want to have anything to do with the falsification of history which was put out by the former government. But things have since changed. Not only that, I did tell a friend who actually works there, and she said no, the director is really strong on this. He wouldn't allow any falsification. Anyway, there's my loss. And now coming around here though, I want to show you this street behind me, because this is one of the very few places where you can still see parts of the Warsaw Ghetto. It's not the only place. It's often said to be the only place. It isn't. There's other buildings, but this is possibly the best well-known, Ulica Próżna. And I can recall reading an article in Gazeta Wyborcza in 1998 about the way that this street was falling to pieces, literally. Now, the reason for this is that in Poland, like other former socialist countries, former owners could claim their property. I think that in itself is a very interesting theme for a video. Now, there are some problems though with reclaiming property, and one of them is what you do if nobody comes forward. What do you do if nobody comes forward for many years? That's probably even a worse situation. And in a case like this, the people who lived there here were mainly Jewish. Now, on the southern side, you can see it's been really nicely done up. Now, I wonder if I have any videos showing what it did look like until comparatively recently. I remember we were allowed to walk through there. I can't remember what year it was, about 2007 I think it was. It was in a dreadful state. Why was it in a dreadful state? Because if you're renting a place, it belongs to, say, the city, and you're not paying much rent, but you're certainly not going to do it up. The city's not going to do it up, and you're not going to do it up if somebody may just come along and claim it. And this is a problem in many areas, not only in Poland. I mean, and it's not only relating to Jewish property as well. It's, for example, in the West, you saw the way places just fell to pieces close to the German border until an agreement was reached with Germany as to the border was now fixed and in this one position. So that side, the south side has been done up, but the north side belongs to the city. The south side was actually taken over by a development company. The south side was even worse condition than the north was. But anyway, so the city hasn't quite yet decided what it's doing with it, but I can see it's protected it. Now, I can recall when I was in Warsaw, not so long ago, 10 years ago, there was a cafe here, and so that now appears to have gone. There were signs up though saying also that the buildings could fall down. So that's another problem. It hasn't been cared for so many years, and then it becomes a danger. And so what can one actually do? Now, walking through this part of the former ghetto, we can get an idea of what the apartments looked like. Now, when the ghetto was created, lots of people were brought in, not only from other parts of Warsaw but other parts of the country, and the boundaries of the ghetto actually got smaller. And so what happened in cases like this? You get 3, 4, 5 families living in one apartment, and these apartments, entry to these apartments were from places, doorways like this one here. And now we can't get in here, it's been locked up, which is a pity, because beyond it there was inside there's the floor, the cobbles on the ground are made of wood, and I believe it's just about the only place in Europe where that could be seen. However, this has now been closed, so we can't get in. Now in a place like this, there is normally a deep well inside the courtyard, and that's where the people get their water from. Now, things with this gate, and we have got photographs like this, when there was diseases such as typhus, the whole building could be blocked off, and so people weren't allowed to get out at all. Now, okay, in COVID we got locked down, and but the shops were open. Here you get a lockdown for 2 weeks. Nobody was allowed in, nobody was allowed out, and Jewish police were stationed outside the doors to make sure that nobody did get out. And these are all from ordinances from the Nazi occupier. So you imagine the situation though, when there's so little food anyway, then suddenly people are denied the possibility to get out to get food, and people are they're living from day to day. There was no flash refrigerators or anything of that nature. They were lucky to get the little they got. So that in turn, it didn't do anything to help the diseases, maybe stop the disease, people getting out, but it would lead more likely to starvation for many of the occupants, not just those who had typhus, or there's a couple of types of typhus. I won't go into that now because I'm not certain I even remember the medical implications of it. Now I want to turn around here and have a look at the way this street. Now this street used to look the same as on the other side, but it's been wonderfully done up, absolutely outstanding. Isn't that really wonderful? Got this also the bit of a flavour of what it might once have been. In Krakow you've got the Kazimierz district, which is a bit kitschish, and but I think this looks very, very good in my opinion. We've also got the signs done up in various ways there, Ulica Próżna, so the bottom one being the way it's done now, but the one above it being used for many years, and at the very top we've got it written in Russian and in Polish, Porozhnaya, and that was how it was done until 1915. And so let's have a little walk up this street now then. You can see this here protection there to stop it, so people can walk down here without a chunk of masonry or a couple of bricks landing on top of them. I haven't been here for many years. Oh, I forgot to show you this as well. It's noted for these two statues put here in 1898, I think it was. I can't read the date. Yes, it is 1898. I remember correctly. And on the other side as well. And it really is. It's such a pity I can't go in to see it. But you see, something like this though, put up there, there's a sort of a peephole sort of way, so people talk through it. In some places you've got photographs of people in the ghetto, and there are places still where you can still see them. Well, sorry, there were when last time I was looking, where there were bars up all the way. Here we've got bars along there. So it's been nearly 10 years since I was here last. 11th 2013, August 2013. So this really is bang in the centre of Warsaw, and so from the railway station, the main railway station, you can walk here in well under 10 minutes from getting off the train. So these housing blocks from socialist times, and you may think that looks ugly, but first of all, housing was really necessary when they were put up. And the second thing, I'll be only too pleased to lose something like that and be bang in the centre of the city. At least that's how I feel. I would have felt a few years ago. Now I'd rather live in a motorhome out in the countryside. So this is the new Warsaw for me, walking around, having not been here for a number of years, not even been here properly. It's quite incredible to see how everything has actually changed. And I was walking around the other parts, and I thought if I didn't know where I was, I just wouldn't have recognised it. Okay, so there you go, there's Ulica Próżna, the ghetto street which you can still see today. Thanks very much for watching.